Good morning! This morning we're continuing our exploration of Hakodate and we're going to go to Hakodate Morning Market. It's 8:30 in the morning, so it's early for us but not really that early. And we've wrapped up very warm. Today it's about -11. I can feel the cold on my legs and we haven't even gone outside yet. It looks really snowy out there. The coldest it ever gets in the UK is about -1 or 2. I remember once it was -6 in the middle of the night once, so we're not really used to this. Today we're in Hakodate at the end of the Shinkansen line in Hokkaido. It's known for fresh seafood, and today we're going to see a lot of it at the morning market, along with the most expensive fruit I've ever seen. There's lots more coming up on my channel from Hokkaido, including the Sapporo Snow Festival, and new videos every Thursday if you want to subscribe. Here's a map of the morning market. It's just next door to the station. Nice rainbow there. There's Hakodate Station and the morning market's just next to it, behind this big snowdrift. It's hard to tell if there's anything underneath that or not. And that red writing above the door says Donburi Alley. Donburi is a rice bowl with toppings, in this case fish and seafood. You're definitely spoilt for choice here. Here's all the stores in the morning market. I think there's about 250 actually, maybe not all in this building. If you like fish, there's certainly a lot. It looks very orange, doesn't it? Here's the souvenir stamp. Lots of places in Japan have a souvenir stamp to prove you've been somewhere, a tourist attraction or somewhere important. What's this one?
Turn it upside down, or the other way around, then spin it. I think it's a, is that a basket with some...
Oh, is it a donburi?
I think it might be.
Full of those not cod roe, what are those round things?
Oh, the salmon roe? I think the salmon roe.
And here's some gachapon. There's some special Donburi Alley gacha. We've got snow miku for the Sapporo Snow Festival. And these cute dango and traditional Japanese desserts. I think they're a sequel to one I had in my gachapon video actually. Oh, and there's a Shinkansen gacha. This shop's got a tank of live crabs. In here it looks like more normal market stalls selling food rather than little restaurants. I'm not sure what all these things are. Before, when I'd seen markets in guidebooks, I'd never really thought they seemed that appealing, but it was actually really interesting to see what's on offer. You can try different types of food and everything is really fresh. Arigato. As well as selling fresh fish, lots of the stalls will cook or prepare it for you, so it's a good place to come for breakfast or lunch. Most of the little shops and kiosks here are selling donburi, which is just seafood on top of rice, a seafood rice bowl. And there's also stores selling fish just on its own and fruit on its own. And lots of ones that I'm not sure entirely what they are, like bags of dried things. You can have a meal inside a clam shell, probably not a clam, but you can have a meal inside a shell. On another stall they had all the shells on the grill and they were cooking everything inside them. There's a food court here in one of the markets, so you can sit and eat the stuff you bought without going out in the cold. Very good. Here's Phil's donburi. It's actually a lot bigger than we expected it to be. Oh, and the rice is warm. The fish is raw and fresh. It's tuna, salmon and scallops. It also comes with miso soup, some wasabi, and they're going with some soy sauce. I didn't expect it to come with these extra bits.
I'm not complaining.
1,300 yen. How's yours, Phil? Oh, sorry, I forgot mine.
It's really nice. The scallops in particular are really, really nice. They taste super fresh. The salmon and tuna I've had better. It's still nice, but these scallops are excellent.
Wow.
And the rice, of course, is just good rice. So.
You don't normally have scallops
Not normally, no. I'm always a bit sceptical about them in the UK. But Hokkaido's famous for them. You've got to try it.
It is mainly fish, as you'd expect, but there are quite a few stores selling fruit, which is good for me because I wanted to try some fruit. I'd heard they have different varieties of fruit here that might taste different from fruit at home. This is what I was looking for: Hokkaido melon, 500 yen a slice, and strawberries for 1,000 yen for a box. They look delicious. Those are big strawberries actually. Here's my Hokkaido melon. It was 500 yen, and Hokkaido is famous for melons, so it should be really good.
Oh, wait. Okay, I'll go for it.
It is a delicious melon. Tastes like a melon.
Is it better than a melon you've had before?
I don't know, I think it's about the same actually. But it does have flavour and it is sweet, which melons don't always, do they? Sometimes they taste of nothing, so maybe it is better. I wanted to try everything on the fruit stall. They had really big grapes and a bunch of them was like 3,500 yen, which is really expensive. I'd heard fruit's expensive in Japan and it appears that some of it is. I think here people get other people fruit as gifts, which is nice. It's healthier than chocolates, better than flowers. They were also selling whole melons, which had the stalks on like the ones in the cartoons, like cute character melons, but real. And they were 4,500 yen for one melon. Wow. The other morning Phil went to Tsukiji, the famous fish market in Tokyo. So how does this compare?
It's a lot more laid back, which is, I guess, what you'd expect. So Tsukiji is rammed with people, and it's got a lot of life, whereas this is quite laid back. I guess it's a quiet time of year for it. But it's the same kind of idea. It's got the same sort of food on offer, same kind of stalls. It's a good experience.
It seems like the fish should be really fresh.
It should be. I mean, you can see the sea from here, right? It's just outside.
Just hop in.
Yeah, so it seems like it should be really fresh. I'd say what's available here seems less catered to tourists, like in Tsukiji. And there's dishes which are perhaps a little less intimidating if you're not into loads of different types of seafood. It seems to cater more for locals, so I guess that's a good thing.
This is full-on seafood with all the live crabs and everything. It's not for the faint-hearted.
No, but it's an interesting place. You can pick up a few things.
I just spotted a little girl with the same hat as me. Something else Hokkaido is famous for is sweetcorn, tomorokoshi. So I've ordered a fresh one here and they've grilled it for me. This is actually really big. It's a strange breakfast, melon and sweetcorn. My sweetcorn is delicious. This sauce on it is like butter soy sauce, but it tastes a bit sweet as well. I think it might have some mirin in it. And yeah, it just tastes really good. It's really heavy as well actually. It's a big sweetcorn. I don't eat any fish at all. To me it seems really horrible. But it doesn't really smell of fish in here because it's really fresh. Hokkaido is known for fresh seafood and it doesn't smell bad, or what I would call bad. It doesn't have a fish smell at all around here. We just took our plates back and he gave us these coffee cookies. It was a nice surprise. We just went past the fruit stall again and there's actually a bunch of grapes that's 5,500 yen. That's about 35, 40 pounds, so much. I wonder what they're like. I really want to try them. They were big grapes. Look at this big pile of snow where they've shoveled it all. It's huge. Bears like melon. There's a big tank of crabs over there. We've seen a lot of live crabs. There was one on a display that looked like it was escaping. The snow almost looks like smoke. It all gets in your face as you're walking around. I really want to try the 35-pound grapes. Like, how good can they be? I wish you could pay like 100 yen and have just one grape to try it. We've only got half an hour till we have to go back and get our train. So we were looking at what's around, and look at this gem. The oldest concrete utility pole in Japan. How can we miss that? It's 0.7 miles away, so we'd only just make it in time. Damn it. We're just gonna brave the snow again and walk down to the sea and see what's there. Well, there's a ship over there, that's where the sea is. You can't see much else with all the snow, it's like a blizzard. And that wind is absolutely freezing. This was a terrible idea. Retreat. I forgot to turn on the mic, but what I'm talking about here are some of the other things you can do in Hakodate if you have more time. Nearby there's an area of red brick warehouses where you can go shopping. When it's not winter, you can go on sightseeing cruises around the bay. And that ship we saw is actually a maritime museum. One of the most famous sites is Goryokaku, a fort that's star-shaped, and there's an observation tower so you can see it properly. If you're staying for a bit longer, there's also an onsen town nearby with hot spring baths and traditional Japanese hotels. But for now, we're done in Hakodate. It was just a short stay, and next time we're off on the train to Sapporo for the snow festival. See you on Thursday.